Wayne Burrini, Burrini. I reside in 11 Cali Road, Randolph, New Jersey. I come to North Plainfield a lot. I got friends here. I kind of missed the vote. I heard you guys had to vote on a cannabis dispensary, whether it be for medical or recreational. I am a New Jersey medical marijuana patient, legit and all. There's about 50,000 of us now. Currently, there's only 6 places where I can get my medicine. I really don't care about the recreational part. I'm here as a patient. I just want you all to know that I feel a little let down that you voted against a medical marijuana dispensary in this town. There's patients that are in this town, and if you're a resident of North Plainfield, I think the closest dispensary to get my medicine is about an hour away. That's not right. I mean, if I was on any other medicine, I can go to how many pharmacies? But it's not possible. And I just want you all to know that I'm a little let down that you guys voted against someone like me, a New Jersey resident that uses cannabis as medicine. You just made it harder for me to get my medicine. I would hope somehow you guys could revisit this issue and somehow just be open to medical marijuana. Like I said, forget the recreational part. I don't care about that part. I need the stuff to live. That sounds crazy. I need medical marijuana to live. If I don't have it, I die. I hope you guys revisit it. I hope you allow at least, who knows, and it's not even like there's 6 dispensaries that are allowed here, not here, but in New Jersey. Only 5 of them are taking patients, and they're limiting what we're allowed to have anyway. I'm supposed to get 2 ounces a month. I can only get, if I go to one dispensary, a quarter ounce. I just want to say that I hope you can all look at this and look at the people like me that are in your town that use this stuff. I know you hate weed and the whatever you want to label it. I hope you'd open your mind. Some of us use this for medicine. And I just hope you revisit it. And geez, I would love to have an ATC here. The ATC I go to, I got to go to Woodbridge. I go to the restaurant. I make a day out of it. You know, it takes me an hour to get my medicine for the month. I make a day out of getting my medicine. I kind of try to thank that town out. You know, I try to shop there, try to spend my money. I would just hope that you guys, because I'm here, it'd be great if you guys could revisit it and rethink that. That's all I ask. Thank you.
Just to clarify, sir, you were misinformed. We have not voted on it yet.
Oh, great.
We have to table it for some legal issues, but it will be coming back to the council on the 19th of November, if I'm not mistaken, to be revisited.
Great, I'll be here again. Thank you, I appreciate that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello everyone again. JB Sancho Duper, SANCHO-DUSER. I reside in 70995. I'm also here to speak about medical marijuana, medical cannabis. You guys haven't voted on it yet. You will see me again. But the last time I spoke to you, Mr. President, you mentioned to me that you were concerned about actual accidents occurring. While I did the North Plainfield community cleanup, I counted 32 bottles of Fireball empty in front of one of the corner stores that I actually picked up. It was funny and sad at the same time. I did not pick up one dime bag, not one roach, not one joint clip, nothing. So I just wanted to put that out there. But I actually have research from the Journal of Applied Toxicology in regards to cannabis causing accidents. It's actually, a lot of it is anecdotal, that people are hearing that there's accidents being caused. This is not so. It was a short spike because now law officials know to look for it, or are being considered to look for that more in depth at this time, because in states like Colorado, Washington, it is recreational. So you do see that short spike. I do actually have this here for you guys. But that's not a real legitimate problem going forward, seeing as this data was taken back in 2016, and I even have current data from 2018 in regards to this matter. So I just want to say that bringing medical cannabis, recreational cannabis, cannabis in general would not be a detriment to your town, because just today, actually, just telling the guys back here, I just drove past a motel where they found my brother and his ex-fiancée and her friend dead in the motel room from opioid overdose. Now, that wasn't here in North Plainfield, but they did travel just a little bit outside of town, and an anonymous phone call was given to that motel. So I just think that maybe if it was a little bit easier to get your hands on some weed that's safe versus some pills that you can go to the doctor, that people might benefit from that even more so than alcohol being legal. Because there's alcohol that's not that far from schools. People come home and their parents are drinking on the couch. I don't see the real issue. I understand you're talking about legal issues, things like that, but I just really don't see the problem. I gave revenue projections. There's actual data on this. It helps health conditions. I'm trying not to shake right now because I was trying to be considerate and not medicate before I came here. So you can see what I deal with my life. And I'm a massage therapist. I have to use my hands. I can't be working on the public like this if I don't have my medical cannabis. So I drove all the way out here without my medicine. And this is what it looks like. This is a full body tremor. I could fall to the floor and not be able to walk as well. So I just hope that you can consider that in your vote, along with the data that I'm going to provide you at your upcoming vote. So thank you very much for your time. I appreciate it.
Good evening. My name is Lefty Grimes from 84 Hanover Road, East Hanover. I'm a medical cannabis patient. I listened to the mayor talk about gateway drugs. And for me, it was not a gateway, it was an exit drug. I was on opiates for 10 years. I was a zombie. I was on 90 milligrams every 3 hours of roxicodone. I should have brought the pill bottle with me. I was a zombie. The doctors were trying to kill me. I have an artificial disc, I have fusion, I have stenosis in my neck, I have numbness and tingling. I'm in a horrible amount of pain tonight. But it's very important for me to come here and talk to you about this. We've been doing this for about 5 years. It's called the Ignorance is No Excuse Tour. We go to police stations, council meetings. We fight for wheelchair access. We fight for patients. I'm not here to fight for recreational cannabis at all. As a matter of fact, I would vote no for recreational cannabis. Yeah, I would vote no for it because it's taking advantage of the sick and the dying people that we have here in front of you. All these people do, all these cannabaggers do is see dollar signs. We used to have carpetbaggers in the US and in America. Now we have cannabaggers. People that just want to make money off the cannabis industry, off the backs of the people that they started this industry on, which is the sick and the dying, people with multiple sclerosis, people with cancer, people that are dying. They need your love and compassion and your help. They're not getting it. In the Bible, it says, what you do to the least of us, you do to God. And what are we doing to the least of us? Why are we making them jump through more hoops? Why do we make our disabled war vets jump through hoops? We have 22 vets a day killing themselves in our country. 22 vets a day killing themselves. And your North Plainfield's answer to that is to deny them their medical cannabis, which is saving their lives. That's unacceptable. I know a lot of vets that use cannabis that were on the same amount of pills that I was, that were up drinking, killing themselves. And now they use cannabis, and just like me, they're off all those pills. I was on gabapentin, Valium, you name it, I was on all that stuff. And all my friends were on that stuff too, and they're off of it. And I help other people get off of pills. You're always going to have a percentage of people that abuse things, abuse food, whatever. There's always going to be that percentage. And if you only talk to those people, you're going to think, yeah, it's a gateway drug because all these people are using it. But they used a lot of things before they got to cannabis. And I used a lot of things before I got off cannabis. We go to council meetings. I went to Union City, and I started yelling at Mayor Stack because they banned medical cannabis in Union City. And I started yelling at him.
I said, how dare you ban medical cannabis? How dare you not have wheelchair access in your town? Because they had a police station with no wheelchair access. We make wheelchair videos too for access. And I yelled at the mayor. He stopped me. He says, wait, Mr. Grimes, both my parents were in wheelchairs. Both my parents died from cancer. We're going to take back this ordinance. We're going to fix it. So we're just going to ban the recreational cannabis. We're going to keep medical because we do have compassion in Union City. And that's what they did. He took it back, and I thank Mayor Stack for doing that. That's all I care about is the patients and disabled war vets and children with cancer. It's the worst thing ever when you have to see a family suffer. Not just the person with cancer, not just the person that's suffering, the whole family suffers. My friend Jeff, who comes to these council meetings with a strapped-on chemo bag, he comes and fights for his life. His wife has to drive an hour for his medicine. An hour. You're worried about school zones. You can open up a small dispensary here in town. Nobody would ever know it was there. In Montclair, you wouldn't even know it was there. The kids are walking past fentanyl every day. The kids are walking past booze every day, OxyContin every day. That's killing people. That's okay? That's family friendly? No, it's not family friendly. Cannabis will get you off all those things. It will also bring jobs. I'll get into that in a second, but 2 miles away, my friend Jay overdosed on heroin and died. 2 miles away from here. And he called me 2 weeks before he died. He says, Lefty, I know you get off all those pills. I need to get off these pills. How do I get off these pills? How do I get my cannabis card? I said, well, here, Jay, here's the list of doctors. Here's your list of things you got to do. Here's the money you have to spend. Here's the money you got to do here. Gave him all the hoops to jump through. And it was much easier for him to go down on the corner and get heroin and kill himself. And that's what he did. He's dead now. He's not here. He died. And he's on our memorial list. We have a memorial list on our podcast, and he is on our list, and it's horrible. I do want to speak about the recreational thing for 1 second. The reason why there is a drug war, it's racism. It's the whole drug war is based on racism. Harry Anslinger, if you want to just Google one person, Google Harry Anslinger. He said these things to Congress to start the drug war. He says, marijuana makes darkies think they're as good as white men. The primary reason to outlaw marijuana is its effect on the degenerate races. Marijuana leads to pacifism and communist brainwashing. There are 100,000 total marijuana smokers in the USA. Most are Negroes, Hispanics, Filipinos, and entertainers. Their satanic music, jazz, and swing results in marijuana usage. This marijuana causes white women to seek sexual relations with Negroes, entertainers, and others. I mean, this is garbage. This is stuff that we're still continuing today. We're just not using the racism and sexism today. We're using other things now. We're throwing whatever's on the wall and seeing what sticks, like driving under the influence. Wayne took a test. The Verona Police Department invited us up to see them, and we talked to them. And Wayne took a test. He got stoned, and they gave him a test, a roadside test, and he passed it because he's a patient. He needs a therapeutic amount. I need a therapeutic amount to drive because if I don't have that, I'll have spasm. I'll be in pain. I'll be more of a risk. A lot of people need that. There is a problem with edibles. I agree. If someone new to cannabis tries an edible, yeah, it's going to hit them hours later. And here's my friend with the chemo bag strapped to him. You're giving away jobs. Oh, great. Wayne. Sorry. The medical cannabis industry has a union. These unions provide wages. They provide standards. They provide insurance for the working class. And you're giving up all those jobs right now. You're giving up all that industry right now. You already have that industry here. It's not the black market industry. You already have it. You already have cannabis in this town. Did you fix it? Real quick, my friend from the UFCW couldn't be here, but he does talk about jobs. By blocking medical cannabis, you have taken hundreds of union jobs away from local residents who are living paycheck to paycheck. By banning medical cannabis, you have taken away the opportunity to have a union career, union wages, benefits, retirement, work protections that could take care of working class families. You're hurting small businesses. You're hurting patients who are coming with their medicine, with their husband or wife to get their medicine, stopping to get food, like Wayne said, to buy shoes. You're affecting the local businesses and the local economy. You're hurting taxpayers. You're hurting the working class. That's the UFCW. And he would love to give you a tour of a dispensary. If you ever want to see a dispensary, Hugh Giordano from the UFCW would love to show you that. So, and I'm going to shout out to Jay, who's not here with us. They shall grow not old, as we that are left grow old.
Sir.
Age shall not weary
Your
them,
5 minutes is up.
nor the years condemn. At the going down of the sun, and in the morning, we will remember them. Thank you.
Or some of them, their prepared remarks have made it sound as though we have voted to not allow dispensaries or anything of that nature, of that industry in town. That is, I just want to, again, piggyback on what you said before. That is not the case. Again, the full vote will be the 19th of November?
19th.
All right, we have not, we're all ears. No problem, you're allowed whatever comments you want in public comment.
I just
talk about sports if you want, we have people do that. But just so you can, just a reminder, we've not voted yea or nay on this at all right? Thank you for your indulgence.
And just one more correction on your comments. Our mayor, who is sitting over there,
I'm sorry.
is in support.
Yeah, he's council president. Nothing
I looked at that, I just looked at them.
That's okay. I just wanted to, for the record, show that our mayor has shown support on not banning the recreational or medical in the borough. So, just for the record, it's
My bad.
council president that you want to be yelling at right now. Thank you.
Without you. This is really nice. This is really nice.
I'm sorry, sir. Now it's your turn.
Thank you very much.
Please state your name, your address, and spell your last name.
Sure. Pardon me.
5 minutes.
Pardon me for being late. My name is Jeffrey Oakes. I'm from Oceanport, New Jersey. I'm also here as an advocate for medical cannabis.
Can you spell your last name, please, for the record, sir?
My name is Oakes, O-A-K-E-S.
Thank you.
And I guess I'm here also to yell at the council president. I was upset. I read some remarks, and I don't mean to. I want to address the whole council about this, the stigmatization of medical cannabis, which has gotten worse with the pending legalization, as poor patients have caught the wrath of everyone's angst of how they feel about marijuana. That's unfair to the patients in New Jersey, and certainly from my perspective, I have stage 4 cancer. I find it offensive, quite frankly. And I'm 3 years into my treatment. I'm right now tumor-free. I've had my bouts with surgery. I've had colon surgery, resection. I've had 3 or 4 liver procedures. And through the whole thing, I use medical cannabis, and I use no opioids. My last procedure for a liver ablation, I knew going in what they were going to prescribe for me on my way out of the operation room, and when I woke up, it was hanging on the bag, and it was 100 units of Dilaudid. If you don't know what Dilaudid is, it's morphine. I'm fully aware of my personal experiences through repetitive stays in the hospital of what it's like to deal with opioids, and I don't want any part of it. And most of the folks that are in the medical program don't want any part of it either. So they hung that bag on my bedside when I woke up. I was in a tremendous amount of pain, and I hit the button 5 times. They put a button in my hand, I hit it. I fell asleep. I woke up about an hour later, and they wheeled me to my room. Also, with the bag on my bed, I never touched that bag again. I used 5 units out of 100 units of Dilaudid. In the morning, the nurses came in to take me off the pain medication, and they were in wonderment as to how I did it without the Dilaudid. And I asked the nurse the question. I said, all the patients that come in here for a procedure similar to mine, I said, that bag would be empty, wouldn't they? And the nurse agreed. She said, absolutely, it would be empty. So I reduced my exposure to opioids by using medical cannabis by 95% in a hospital stay. And in a town here where you have an opioid crisis, I'm not even going to ask you if you have one. I know you have one. These stories are my story is very similar to a lot of experiences that patients have in the program, and it's common knowledge that any state that has a good medical program, opioid overdoses or opioid prescription doses are down across the board, and that's a positive thing. We don't want to lose any more of our neighbors. We've had enough of this garbage, and your police officers are so tired of administering Narcan I don't even know if they're here. I'm sure they'd tell you that they've had it. And there's an alternative medication out there, and I think for you, sir, I appreciate, I appreciate everyone here, but Council President, please, when you make this decision, know that you are affecting people just like me that have cancer that can benefit from this medication. The National Cancer Institute has now recognized it as an anti-cancer agent. Us cancer patients are waiting for our friends, our neighbors, our community, our legislators to help us. We're asking for help. We are disabled. We are some of the most vulnerable people in the community here. And I have traveled all over the state, as sick as I am, to plead for help, to plead for education, to educate our children on what we're dealing with. We're lying to our children. We're lying to our children about opioids. We're lying to our children about alcohol, and that is really discouraging to me. And I think if government is going to be involved in what citizens may or may not put in their body, they need to first come to the table and talk about alcohol. Because we give out alcohol licenses like candy, our children watch it, the nice green cans, Bud Light cans, commercials on Super Bowl. And I know folks say they don't want marijuana dispensaries in their town. They don't want signs up hanging in Times Square or Town Square, it's visible where kids need to walk by. Thank you very much.
Yeah, we got the feeling that,
I don't know what to tell you. She's against it.
Hi.
I'm against it.
How are you?
I've said it. The mayor is against it.
Okay.
So it's not a done deal.
Yeah. That's
All
good.
right? If you can come on the 19th or whatever, it would help.
Yeah,
Is it a
yeah, we
regular
will.
system here?
Strong mayor. He
So
can,
he
Okay.
has a say in it.
yes.
Okay.
That's a big deal.
Okay.
Yeah, you guys will get a dispensary.
So
Yeah.
far, it's really just us.
Well,
For it.
we're the two that have been against it from the beginning.
Against the ordinance.
The
Right.
others,
Right.
there are a few that are, I think, on the fence.
Right.
I think the council president is strongly for it.
So a 4 is certainly within reason.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's a good thing for his
I don't know how it's going to go at this point.
Doesn't fit the motion for it. I'm like, how can you insult your friend like that? You know?
When you're done with the other one?
Sure.
Just wanted to ask you if you wanted to.
Okay.
They're two separate issues, and they should never be linked together in the same piece of legislation. That's my main problem with it.
Oh, that's right. I've been calling legislators off saying, what are you doing? What is that?
Ignorance is no excuse.
Yeah, I'm just wondering, my friends here, they have their medical marijuana cards, and I'm just wondering where they should medicate, because I see you have a no smoking sign right in front of the building. So I'm wondering
Yeah.
where the safe, legal way for them to smoke.
Allow people to smoke in the back. You walk around to the back of the building, that's where the area I think they designated where people smoke.
In the back of the building?
Okay, cool.
Okay, perfect.
Thank
God, they get
It's the same thing. No, look, same. No smoking. Wait a minute.
You know what? I bet it's over here. Oh, wait. No, right here.
Oh, there it is.
There it is. Oh, wait. Look, we gotta walk over.
If you're in a wheelchair, what do you do if you're in a wheelchair? How do you?
Is that?
Ask the cop. Ask the cop where people smoke. We were sent to smoke weed out here, and there's nowhere to smoke weed.
Oh, he's parking here.
Okay. Hey.
Smoking area. They said it was back here. Right over this way.
Okay.
All right.
I'm gonna get mine. Don't do the crime if you can't do the time. Don't tell me how you're off and down. When you're smiling in my face, but you play me like a clown. It's your fool, bitch. So just step back. Or I'm mad dad when I come down straight. I thought you were my piece, but you play me out. Now I'm mad as hell, and I'm full of doubt. Who you wanna roll with? Who you wanna roll with? Lefty. Let's roll. Who you wanna roll with? Who you wanna roll with? Lefty. Let's roll!